See what's going down with you clowns tonight. I think we're live. When you get in, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. We're a little late tonight. Soccer practice ran a little long. Got to teach them kids how to run hard and kick fast or something like that. I don't know. It's soccer. Just run real hard and kick the ball. That's what my coaching consists of. Are you trying your best? Yes, coach. Good job, guys. That's how we coach soccer around here. Thursday night, trying to hit you in halftime. I know it's open tonight. Probably a lot of people watching the football game, which is on over there. But it's Thursday night, so we're trying to catch you right in the middle of the football game during halftime. So we'll do this kind of quick tonight. We'll go as long as you guys want to go, basically. We'll break right in the top 5 baits. We got a few people already here. Ike Rhodes, Good Code, Fred Solis, Rob's World, Dr. Funk, Colton Doc, Blake Horton, Michael Chisholm, Bigfoot, John B's in the house, Chase Clark, Random Skills, Bobby Spang, just to name a few, are present and accounted for. There's old Kevin Jones popping in. Okay, so number 1 bait that I want you guys to throw right now this weekend, if you're going to Lake Fork or any of these lakes around here, what's going on? There's a lot of fish kind of in pause mode a little bit. Some fish have kind of started moving, but they're in a little bit of a pause mode. Get around some shallow grass. If you can find grass close to the mouths of creeks on the main lake, that type of stuff, it seems to be holding fish the best. There are some fish that have lived all summer in the back of creek. Those fish are a little bit easier to catch sometimes, but they're harder to find. The clout stick bait from 6 Cents Fishing. The best color has been the watermelon blue flake. I've been catching them on the watermelon red flake as well. I don't think color really matters that much. But throwing this weightless Texas rig on 3-aught EWG, guys, what I have found fishing this bait right here is when I put it on a heavy wire 3-aught EWG hook, something about the weighting of that hook and the balance of this bait and these special ribs that they have in it, which is different texture than your normal Senko. I don't know how well it shows up on this camera. Man, that bait has a lot of this. When you twitch it and then you pause it, when it first starts falling, it has a whole lot of wiggle, like more than any other stick bait I've ever used. And it has absolutely been, I've had plenty of days here lately where this bait has caught the majority of the fish that we're catching. So, highly recommend that bait right there. The little lipless crankbait bite has kind of faded, but today, which my trailer's about ripped off this thing, but today they kind of came back to me on Old Trusty. The 3/8 ounce chatterbait. Now you'll notice we changed up the color. We went away from them brim colors and went over to a more shad type pattern. Boy, they kind of molested that trailer a little bit right there. But throwing the gray or smoke shad type color, that smoke on the water impact shad is my trailer. 3/8 ounce jackhammer chatterbait. That is starting to get a few bites this week now that I changed back over to the shad pattern. I think I kind of got, which when you fish every day, one of the biggest things you have to fight is getting stuck in your ways and just going with what worked yesterday and the day before and the day before. And I'd been throwing that Beehite Delight color, that kind of brim imitation, and it was getting a lot of bites, and then I just kept riding with it, and it quit getting bites, and I just put the chatterbait down instead of changing colors. That was just a bad call, just a boo-boo on my part, because went back to the shad pattern some this week, and lo and behold, it's getting some bites. So that's working well. The lipless crankbait bite kind of faded. It got hot again, and that bite kind of receded back. They quit biting that. So those are literally my main 2 baits that I'm going with. It is a grind. Oh, I apologize. I have another bait. If you want to go dock fishing, my best bait on docks on Lake Fork this week has been a shaky head, a 1/4 ounce shaky head with a baby brush hog. I'm using the 6 Cents Divine shaky head with a baby brush hog on the shaky head. That has been my best dock fishing bait. Texas rigged worm as well. Just a regular old 1/8 ounce bullet weight and 7 or 8 inch power worm. I mean, just the thing we all grew up fishing when we were kids. That's getting a few bites as well, especially around the docks too. So, few different options for you there. It's a grind. It's not easy. There's moments, there's flurries where you think, oh, here we go. And then there's moments where you're like, how many hours has it been? Like, what's going on? So, it's not a good full-on fall transition, call your shot bite yet, but it's getting really close to that. Now it's got hot. It got back hot again. It's over 100 degrees the last couple of days, I think, and so the water temps have warmed back up a little bit, and I think that's kind of put them on pause. So what they did a little bit of moving, and now it's like they're on pause, and they're just kind of waiting. And if it stays hot, they'll move back out. And if it trends back down, the water temps trend back down a little bit, well, they'll start moving again and they'll start getting good. But we're kind of in between, and you just got to work hard. You got to fish a lot of things, stay in those transition stop sign areas by the mouths of creeks, fish the resident fish in the backs of creeks, and just flat get after them. That's the deal. Or you can go out on the main lake and try to catch suspended fish offshore. Not my cup of tea. Not what I'd rather do. If I can find some suspending, only 5, 6, 7 feet off the bottom, I like trying to catch those with a flutter spoon. I feel like I have a good chance. But even then, it's not anything fast and furious. It's a one here, one there, just a few bites a day type deal. And I'm just, man, when I can go back in that grass and grind out bites, I just have more confidence doing that. So when do you switch from the impact shad to a smash tail junior? When I noticed them really focus on chasing shad up shallow, and when the water temps cool off a little bit, when things cool off. So as the water starts getting down around the 80-degree mark, I'll probably really be thinking about switching back to that smash tail junior as my trailer. And then as the water gets cold, we'll go to the Lake Fork Tackle Live Magic shad as the water gets colder. Are we drop shotting it? Listen, I'm just not much of a drop shot fisherman. This is absolutely the time of year. If I'm going to drop shot, right now is the time of year to do it. I have not thrown a drop shot around a dock because I'm just hard-headed like that. I should be throwing a drop shot around docks. Should be throwing drop shots offshore. Like, it's the time of year to drop shot. And by the way, the guy that I personally know of, now there's no telling what somebody's doing on Lake Fork. Somebody's always catching them on Lake Fork. But I know, from what I know of, the people that I know about, the guy that's catching them the best seems to be Eric Wright right now. And he's a really good drop shot fisherman. So maybe the best drop shot fisherman around this area. So it's the time of year to throw a drop shot right now for sure. How do you choose the right colors? Choosing colors is watercolor dependent, I know, but how do you progress colors? Man, I keep colors. I'll probably oversimplify it. I'll probably miss out on some bites. I'll probably miss out on hitting the nail on the head and having the perfect color a lot of the time because I go so simple. I go green pumpkin, black and blue, green with some sparkle. It's something watermelon or some green color with sparkle. And I'm not real particular about the sparkle color. Blue seems to work good for me in the summer. The blue sparkle, the blue flake, the watermelon blue flake, stuff like that works good for me in the summertime. Watermelon red, anytime. Watermelon candy I throw. I mean, it's just kind of random. I don't really get wound up about it. Like, I'm not that guy that's going to change colors on the baits 5 or 6 times a day to figure out what color they want best. My deal with colors is I'm not really concerned with making sure that I'm throwing the exact perfectly right color. I want to make sure that I'm not throwing the wrong color. So like when I pick green pumpkin, it's not because I think green pumpkin is the best color to throw. It might be, but that's not why I'm picking green pumpkin. I'm picking green pumpkin because I know green pumpkin is not the wrong color. Like, they're not going to not bite it because it's green pumpkin. If there's fish biting that stick bait, if it's a green pumpkin, they'll bite it. I might catch more on a watermelon red, but I'll catch some on the green pumpkin, so I'll know if they're biting it. And then I can kind of tweak out from there. So let's see if I can find some more questions. Really sad hearing about Monticello. I'm from Kansas, and my aunt and uncle live on Fork. When we went there, it was a fun time. Yep, yeah, it's a sad deal. And I haven't really been keeping up with it or digging in on it, but I haven't heard anything new. And if anything big happened, I probably would have heard about it, I would think. All right, we're back up into the hello. So I may have caught up on questions. That's awesome. Hey, if you guys have any more questions, let me know when the game comes back on. We'll wrap this thing up real quick. I can't see the game from here, so. Zach, I'm not even going to respond to you talking about my fantasy football running backs. It is literally the first half of the first game. Like, a touchdown for each in the second half, and all of a sudden my running backs had a great night. It's just dumb. It's way too early to be talking about anything yet. Jerry Dean says he's going out with Big Ron on Sunday. I don't know. Jerry's asking, do I think you'll hammer them or have to try other lakes? Man, I don't know. I know Ronnie has been fishing some other lakes throughout the month of August. I know he was on Fork today. I think it started off pretty good. Like, he caught a couple this morning, and then I think it turned into a grind. I haven't gotten to talk to him this evening, but I don't know. I haven't been. We've been out of touch more than usual for me and Ronnie, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen on your trip with Ronnie. Just truth be told, you never know what's going to happen on a trip with Ronnie. Like, that sucker might see a squirrel and go chasing him down the road. You don't know what's going to happen with Rondo. Nick Cavazos, best name on the channel, best name out of all the viewers. What up, big dog? I've noticed color is less of a factor than others this year. If it's the size, profile, the right place, presented the right way, they'll bite. Yeah. If you get the size, profile, the presentation, the depth, all that stuff correct, they'll bite it. Like, I have always felt that way for a long time. So, you're saying you've noticed that more this year. That's just kind of how I felt for a long time, honestly. When do you start throwing wake baits? I think just it's a visual. Like, for me, if I'm going to throw a wake bait, it's when I see fish waking after bait. If that makes sense. Like, when I see them flushing those bait fish and those shad are jumping out of the water, running from bass, and they're kind of running around chasing them. When they start chasing them real hard, that's when it's time to throw a wake bait, in my opinion. I probably could be a better wake bait fisherman. I don't throw them just a whole bunch, but when I see those fish get after it, I think wake baits are a great way to cover a lot of water. When they're blowing up on fish or waking on bait, you see stuff scattered, you can visually see the activity, but they won't bite a top water. I like throwing a wake bait when they won't commit to the top. Cody Metz asked a good question, but one that is almost impossible to answer. How long do you try a spot out before you move? Well, there's a lot of factors going into that decision right there. And fishing's all about decisions. Sometimes we make the right ones, sometimes we make the wrong ones, and sometimes, you never really know how it's going to go. It just depends on I just trust my instincts more than anything. I just really trust my instincts. A lot of time on the water over the years. If it's a spot that I have confidence in, that I've been catching fish in recently, that I'm going to give that spot longer than something that I'm probably trying out for the first time. On the other hand, there are times, especially if I don't have customers with me, if I'm out on a filming day and I'm trying out a new area, I may spend a lot of time there without a bite because I want to pick it apart thoroughly and make sure I'm not missing anything. So, man, there's just too many moving parts to ask that question. That is a situation by situation decision, and that's one of them deals where they say there's no excuse for time on the water, and it's so true. Like, you just have to figure that out for yourself. I'm sorry, I know that's a terrible answer, but it's the truth. How far west will Fish Life go? I'm in Western DFW area. Well, we just expanded into Oklahoma this week. Broken Bow Lake is now on the Fish Life app. We have an amazing guide up there, a young guy, one of the best young guides in the business that I know of. Jonathan Bowling is helping us out on Broken Bow, and this kid, he's a young guy. Man, he is absolute hammer. So the deal is we'll go anywhere in the country. We will expand that app to anywhere in the country if we get the right partner on that body of water that we can get to know and trust them and have faith in their abilities and faith in their commitment to the project. We just will not put information on that app that's substandard. We have tried hard to build a brand with that app that you guys can trust. When you go subscribe, that's going to be real information, current information, the best thing you've ever seen in your life as far as the information that we're giving you. And if we can't trust somebody to come through with that kind of information, we're just not going to do it. So we would rather build slow and stay small and do a quality product than try to expand. Like, we're not trying to get rich. We really are just that passionate about the fish life, about helping others catch more and bigger fish and loving our fellow man. That's what we've always been about on this channel. It's what we always will be about. And it's the way that app will be built out. So to answer your question is, we will go everywhere as soon as we get the right partner on that particular body of water. And that it takes time. Like, that's a slow process. Like, we ain't trying to go nationwide and do all these packages as fast as we can. Now, there may be some top secret stuff coming up on the app. I'm just saying, there's some surprises coming for followers of the Fish Life app. It's going to continue to expand. It's going to get bigger and better. It's going to get more interactive with you guys. I'm really excited about some of the stuff that we're going to be announcing over the next year with this app that's currently being built and currently being worked on. It is going to be, we're doing some pretty cool stuff behind the scenes. It's coming. What do they say? But wait, there's more. It's coming. Any Fish Life tournaments? We need to do that. You know, the deal is, man, god dang, and I'm not complaining. I don't want to come across as the guy that's complaining, because I go out and live my dream every day because of all you guys, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for what I get to do for a living. But I stretch myself thin on time. And so, you know, tournaments is something, well, that's a lot. It's like herding cats with a rope right there, Jack. Like, it's a lot of moving parts on a tournament. I would love to do Fish Life tournaments. I would love to do a big tournament that benefits veterans. We're going to do that. I've got to start getting the ball rolling on that. We're going to try to do a big tournament this spring and donate all the proceeds to veteran charities. I really am going to make a point to try and do that. Fish Life tournament, like a tournament trail, would be an awesome thing. I would love to start that. But I got to have the time. So I got to get this thing built, got to get this thing established the way we want it to be, to where it kind of starts running itself a little bit. And then once we get there, maybe that's something we will do in the future. I would really like to. Somebody says a guy caught a 13-pounder at Broken Bow. Man, yeah, Broken Bow is one of the most beautiful places you'll ever visit. And yes, it's a hammer hole. It's got some great fish in it. Seems like on Cedar Creek, all species have been eating super small shad, like under an inch long. What's your go-to? I'm at a loss on how to get them to bite. Okay, this is a great question. It's something we have been kind of touching on this lately. This is a thing every year, this time of year, the late summer, early fall. What happens is the shad spawn in the springtime, and about this time of year, a lot of predator species will start to focus on the young of the year shad that are just starting to get about yay big, right? But the lake is just slap full of shad that are this big that were born in the spring, and they're slow moving. They're these big, clumsy, slow schools, and they're just easy targets, and the fish will really focus on them when you get to this time of year. Now, that's where that quarter ounce, real small profile, the quarter ounce old Bill Lewis Rat L trap comes in. I like that in a chrome pattern. Gold chrome pattern is my favorite. Spinner baits with very small blades become very effective as we move on towards fall. Just downsizing. You know what else is good? A real small swim bait, like a 3.5 inch swim bait. Smash Tail Junior is a really good one for this. On an underspin head with a small blade. I just try to get something that's going to be about this big and flashy, and that's what I throw. And man, it's worked really effective for me over the years. I've caught a lot of numbers on them. Blade bait is a good choice. Blade bait is a great choice for fish feeding on small shad. Those little blade baits are really good. Well, here we go. We're talking about the small. We talked about it last week. The small gold chrome lipless crankbait is the deal. The bite was slow as heck yesterday, but I did catch a 7.5 pound skinny over. Thanks, Billy. Hey, man, thank you, dude. That's what we do this for. That's the best part, man. Seeing you guys, hearing y'all tell about it. Brian, send me a picture of it, man. I'd love to see the picture of that old skinny girl been out there on that LA diet trying to be a supermodel. But man, that's awesome. Good job, buddy. Great job. Hey, man, I gave you the information, but you did the execution. Good on you, dude. Kudos. That's great. Randy Crabtree asked for live spots on the app. I don't know what live spots. I don't know exactly what you're asking. We did just complete all of our updates over the last several days, starting back before the weekend. So over the last week, every single package on the app has been updated. So all the information on all app packages, including Lake Fork, all of them, very fresh information right now. So if you're waiting for a good time to subscribe, now would be a great time because we just updated everything. Those tiny bait eaters are tough to catch. I know a guy here in Oklahoma who uses normal size topwaters but goes clear and translucent so they can't get a good look. That's a good thing to do too when they're eating small bait. Go something translucent, something they don't get a good look at. Also, move the bait faster. That's another thing. If you're using a small popper as a topwater, if they're really blowing up the top and you want to use a small popper, pop it fast. Go twitch, 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 twitch. And make that popper go like move everything faster. Your spinnerbait, burn it, burn it, burn it. You know, your lipless crankbait, burn and rip, go fast. If they don't get a good look at it and they're chasing bait, they're going to react to that. So, long as it's approximately the right size profile. Has the football game come back on yet? Are we playing football again? Or do y'all want to keep going? Let me know if y'all want to keep going. If y'all got more questions, drop them in there. I'll be happy to answer them. I'll tell you this. On the Fork app, we put a lot of tournament stuff on this month's package because we've got the Sealy Outdoors coming up, and Berkeley's coming up after that. We got Mad Dog this weekend. If you're fishing the Mad Dog this weekend and you want some help, definitely check out the Lake Fork package on the Fish Life app. We do have several spots on the app that we just loaded up for September that are good spots, and it says it in the description. It tells you in the description that it's a good spot for tournament fish. They're good for tournament unders specifically. We put some spots on there for that. So we're always going to do what we can to try to help you guys any way we can, and we know there's some big tournaments coming up, so that's why we thought we'd go ahead and really try to focus on including some good tournament fish spots on this month. So not seeing as many comments anymore. Still looks like the football game started 15 minutes ago, so I may have lost some of you, and that's okay. I understand. It is opening night of football season, and football is a fun game to watch. I love football. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this one up, make it a little bit shorter than normal night, not too much. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Great live stream. Great questions tonight. The questions were really, really good. It's tough, but man, it's almost there. Like it's almost about to turn the corner. It's a good time to get out. I do have some fall dates. The fall bite on Lake Fork can be absolutely amazing. If you would like to get out on Lake Fork this fall, please give us a call. Look us up at yourlakeforkguide.com. We'll get you taken care of on any needs you might have. Somebody's asking for a recap. We'll do a recap real quick. My best number one pick right now, shallow grass, Main Lake or Baxter Creek, shallow grass. This is the new stick bait from 6 Cents. The Clout Watermelon Blue Flake has been my best color. I've also caught them on Watermelon Red. I don't think the color really matters. But we are throwing this on a 3/0 heavy wire EWG hook. It has so much shake on the fall. Also, we're catching them on the chatterbait again. White. We switched to white. We went away from that Beehite Delight. We went away from that bluegill color. Went back to white with the Impact Shad. Smoke on the watercolor Impact Shad trailer. That has been effective for us as well. And then around docks, specifically around docks, we're catching them on a shaky head with a baby brush hog and just a regular old Texas rig power worm, an 1/8 ounce slip sinker and a 7 to 8 inch power worm, and just drag it around like Grandpa taught you in the pond a long time ago. So it's working as well. So a few different ways. It's tough. It's a grind. You got to work for your bites, but you can get bit doing that. So You guys go check that out, man. Good luck to y'all, all my fish lifers. Hey, remember, when fishing is life, Fish Life is the app for you. Go check it out. We sure appreciate you, and we'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.